just different.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract, watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, you gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. Swish. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got a lot. I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract, watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. Said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money. Been slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity until the stress gone. Satan tried to hold the squad back, but we kept on. We ain't making this up, no rev long. I ain't trying to make you blush, but this.
Hey, what's happening out there, good people? Hey, y'all. Shout out to my man Tony for the voiceover. Today, man, look, we about to talk about credit cards. Yes, we are going to be talking about how and why you should be utilizing credit cards to purchase every single thing in your business. Honestly, I'll really say in your life, but definitely since I'm talking to our small business owners and entrepreneurs, I'm absolutely advising you guys that we should utilize credit cards to purchase every single thing for our business. And I'm going to teach you exactly why that is of importance today. So make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video feed out no matter where you are watching from 3 other entrepreneurs or business owners that you know need to hear some correct information about this thing called credit cards. Now, I do want to advise I ain't no credit guru. I'm not about to teach anything about credit. I really think that that's a waste of time to teach people about credit because you don't have credit issues. You got some spending issues and you can't budget correctly. So if we can fix those 2 mistakes, it naturally fixes your credit. And I just don't believe that you guys should be paying people all this money to do something that starts with at home. So that's not what this lesson is about. It's teaching you the importance of utilizing that credit card and helping yourself generate quite a bit of revenue, especially for my business owners and entrepreneurs out there that may have some money issues, right? You can't get the money that you need, just like myself. I did not have the money that I needed when I got started, and credit cards was the way that helped me out here. So again, we're going to be touching on all of this today. Make sure if you have questions, you put it there in the comments. But y'all know, before we get started, who do we have tuning in? Make sure that you put in the comments where you're tuning in from. You never know who is watching live or watching on replay, as well as put in those comments. Hey, y'all. I am a millionaire. I see I got to change my sounds back. There we go. Put in there, I am a millionaire. Remember, it starts with you guys. If you don't believe that you can become a millionaire, if you don't believe that you can use these credit cards the way that I'm going to be teaching you guys, then none of it matters. None of it works because everything starts with you first. So once again, when you do put that I am a millionaire, it's strictly for you to believe out here. Let's see, who do we got in the building? Boss Up K, what's happening with you? I appreciate you being in the building with us here today. We got my guy Timothy out there in Houston, TTG, another millionaire in the building. I appreciate you. We got Vaughn over there. What's happening with you, my brother? Another millionaire in the building out there in Wisconsin. And we got Simone out in California. What's happening with you, Simone? I hope that you're having a great start to your week as well. Thank you to Simone, DeShanti, and Courtney helping volunteer to help get this community in order. I do appreciate you guys for stepping up to the plate there and helping this peer money thing get a little more organized. So I want to give you guys a shout outs for that. Also, if you're in our communities, definitely be paying attention. We got a lot of amazing things that's going to be coming out there. So you want to join our community. And if you visit the site Dollars2Cents, I will go ahead and put it in the comments. Dollars, the number 2 cents, Dollars2Cents.com. You can go ahead, visit that site, and join our community completely for free. Doesn't cost you one single dime, but you'll be around some amazing individuals who are thinking just like you, operating just like you. And most importantly, you can stay up to date with everything that we got going on. So make sure you visit that link. Join us over there in our private community there. But today we are going to be, again, diving into these credit cards. First, I want to, how many of you guys own a credit card? Put a 1 in the comment if you currently own a credit card. If you do not own a credit card, go ahead and put a 2 in the comments there. Once again, 1 in the comments if you already own a credit card, and put a 2 in the comments if you do not own a credit card. And I'll tell you guys, I didn't get my first credit card until I graduated college. And the reason I did not get my own credit card, because I was scared of them. I'm not going to lie. I was completely scared of the thing called credit cards, because everybody that was around me had bad credit, as well as I heard all the stories, all the horror stories of individuals who have ran their credit card up and now they're in major debt. So all of those things scared me away from the opportunity of changing my life with this thing called credit cards. And it wasn't until I was in a moment that, once again, I graduated college, I started my business, and I didn't have no money. Not only did I not have any money, I didn't have any credit, right? So all these things started playing a factor, and unfortunately, nobody would loan me out $1. Thank God, for some reason, I had happened to get a foreclosure when I first got out of college, and that provided me with $60,000 or something like that of equity when I first got it. So I was able to take out a was it refinance? No, I didn't refinance. I took a loan against the equity of my house. It was like $40,000. Well, when you get into payroll, $40,000 got burnt through really, really fast. I had 28 employees, and I mean, we went through that in no time. But I couldn't get a loan from anywhere else. I couldn't get a loan from a friend, a family member. I mean, I really couldn't get no money from anywhere else. But something came across my table one day, and it said, hey, you can get $12,000 with 0% APR. Again, I did not want to pay attention to any of this stuff because it had attached on it in big picture a credit card. And that scared me. But at the time, and maybe it'll hit some of you to make you really sit down and focus. Well, I didn't have no money, and I got this thing that said, hey, we'll give you some money with 0% APR. So I started to study this thing. Now, of where I'm at today, anytime I get a credit card with 0% APR, I want it. I got to take it. I got to sign up for it. Strictly because I know how to flip money now is the reason why I really want to sign up for it. But even back then, I understood that, hey, once I studied, somebody's giving me money and they're kind of betting on you're not going to be able to flip it, right? And when I say they're kind of betting on, they want you to pay the interest rate. They're banking off you using this money and you not paying all of it back by the time that the money's due. Well, I decided to do something different. I decided when I get this credit card, the only thing I'm going to spend it on is business stuff. And the only business stuff I'm going to spend it on is opportunities that it could be flipped. So I never, ever used the credit card to spend on things I can't generate revenue off of it with. So now in my mind, they're giving people out $10,000 and now charging 20% interest on that thing, sometimes higher, where they're saying, hey, we're literally going to make $20 off of every $100. So just start adding that stuff up. And then I said, well, wait a minute. What if I flip it around? What if I say for every $100 that you give me a 0% APR in 12 months, that I can make myself 28% returns off of your money, which is very possible. And that's what I started to do. And then it started to open up Pandora's box. It really started to show me the light of what could happen with this thing called credit cards. Now, my guy Vaughn posted right here the business platinum and gold cards. That's actually what I'm going to be talking about here today. Now, credit card infrastructure, the game, the big boys, is kind of changing when it comes to the perks that come with credit cards. Capital One is now jumping in the game. There's some more other companies jumping in the game, cities jumping in the game. And I'm talking about the perks, right? Because they want everybody with these credit cards. American Express has been at the top. Some would say that they're dying off. I still like American Express. Now, there may be things that other cards give higher rewards for. So, at the end of the day, to really figure out what the best credit card for you is you got to sit down first and figure out, what do you spend the most money on? If you can start to label out what you spend the most money on, then you can find the perfect credit card for you. And all of this is going to start to make sense. Now, as you guys know, I talk government contracting a lot, and I teach you guys government contracting. Well, the credit card plays a really, really big piece on this whole government contracting. And it's not to check out or anything of that nature when you hear, can you collect credit card payments? No, that's not what this is about. Remember, we're trying to make money. I'm only going to be teaching you how to make money, which is also going to help improve your credit profile, whether you guys know this or not. If you're starting out, chances are you could get a credit card utilizing just your company. But for the most part, we're going to need to use credit cards in our own name. Now, I highly advise this. Do not get a credit card and start process, even if it's in your name. Do not get the credit card and start processing business and your life on the same credit card. That is a big no-no. If we're going to do that, we need two separate credit cards. One for personal and one for business, even if we don't have the credit card in a business name. We must separate the transactions, because later we can go fix this whole thing of, the credit card not being in the business name. Okay. So once we can get an understanding of our largest transactions, then we can start to do our research to see which credit card gives us the best rate of return for the points. Okay. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you guys here Amex, and hopefully this stuff all starts to make sense, especially when it comes to government contracting. Now, let me switch my screen here. All right. So all of the credit cards work a little something like this. It really doesn't change. So as you guys can see, I got access to quite a bit, but we're going to go ahead here to the Amex. Now, what I like about the Amex, and again, all of these credit cards, and my guy Vaughn mentioned earlier, you should have the platinum and the gold. We got both of them because, again, some points and perks of your spending, you get more points on gold versus platinum. Now, the reason why I'm going to be talking platinum today right here is because we're business owners and we're entrepreneurs, and I am predicting that you should be traveling. And I'm not just talking traveling for enjoyment, which you should be doing that too, but traveling so you can get bigger ticket deals, so you can meet complete strangers across the world and they can change your life. I keep trying to tell you guys, you're not going to get your life changed by staying where you've been all of your life trying to generate tons of revenue off these people. If you could have done that, you wouldn't have been there all your life. If that would work like that, the people that you've been seeing around you for the last 25 years, they would have already done it. So that lets me know that your current infrastructure, your current economy, which is your community, you've reached your capacity. In order to stretch and stop making $130,000 a year over 365 days, 2,080 hours a year, to stop doing that and start to generate the millions of dollars and become the millionaire I know you need to be, you got to leave from where you're at. You got to hop on a plane and you got to go to a conference. You've got to go down to another state and realize how they operate. You got to put yourself around other people. So this platinum card is going to come into play because I need you to get on the plane. Okay. And what I've realized, guys, is, again, the reason I want this platinum card is mainly because I can come down here to memberships. And what ends up happening is this thing right here, airport lounges. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've had layovers on planes and, a bunch of things happen in the airport that before I understood credit cards, I would have to sit in those hard seats. And sometimes I've been on a plane before that it got delayed until the next day, right? And honestly, until I learned about these lounges, I didn't know. And I was buying all this food in the airport, and then my costs would start to rise. Now, if you guys have ever been in the airport, it costs like $5 for a bottle of water. This lounge access right here, no matter where you are located at all across the world, before I even fly somewhere, as you guys can see, I went to El Salvador and Miami, and like even in El Salvador, I typed this in and now I can see the lounges that are located at the airports before I even get there. Now, I'm harping on this because this is the money play right here. I'm going to talk about a bunch of other stuff, but I really want to focus on this money play right here with these lounges. Most people are going in there for entertainment and enjoyment and taking photos, and they want to put their stuff up there to flash to you that I'm in a lounge and you're not. No. I'm here for business. Hopefully you're an individual that doesn't mind talking to strangers. What I realize is that everybody in the lounge, especially now because they didn't cut back, everybody in the lounge also got this credit card too. So that lets me know they don't mind paying the $695 fee for the credit card, as well as if I go to this lounge, let me go Dulles. If I go to this lounge right here, where is it? No, that's not it. There's something called a Centurion Lounge. Let me see where it's at. This bad boy right here. Now, they're not in every airport, okay? But when you find this lounge right here, this lets me know that everybody in this lounge, 9 times out of 9, has spent $75,000 a year. As you guys can see, I'm in this lounge. It's unlocked until January 31st, 2025, where I need to have spent another $75,000 in order to get access to this lounge again. Now, why is this of importance? Because I know the people back here got money. Not only do I know that they got money, I know they got systems and processes in their business that's generating the type of revenue that they can spend $75,000 and pay the money back. So I get to now change up my whole operation. When you say that you can't find the people that are generating the revenue that you want, when you say things aren't working out for you the way that you want, I'm telling you it's because you won't leave from where you've been all your life. With this system right here, the minute that you just go on vacation somewhere, if you're just vacationing, this is the business. You stop by the lounge and you start shaking hands and kissing babies. Now, if you're really smart, right? If you fly out of the DC area and you go in the DC lounges, chances are you're going to run across government contractors. If I go over and I fly out of Texas or something, chances are I'm going to find people in the oil industry, the gas industry. Every state got an industry right there. So I can start to fly into those areas. And now all of a sudden, I'm naturally going to start to meet individuals that are literally leading charges and doing amazing things. This takes your consulting game to the whole next level and starts to put a lot of money in your pocket. So once again, that's the whole lounge thing. Now, once we start talking about why do I want you to spend everything in your business on a credit card is for the point so we can get the status. Now, just take this in mind. What if we're both trying to sell products to the government and we're both getting the products for $100 a product? We both need to order 25,000 of those. That's 2.5. Well, let me not go up to that much. 100, and we both need to order 25. That's not enough. We both need to order 200. Okay. So we're at $20,000 is what we're about to spend. Now, the average individual who don't understand this whole credit card thing, who's scared of it like I was in the beginning, they are like, okay, well, I need to go get a loan for the $20,000. I need to borrow the $20,000 from somebody, blah, blah, blah. Or I'm going to use my savings account because I got $20,000 sitting in my savings account that I could do this on. That's where the fool who don't know how to operate business don't get this whole credit card thing, right? I was the fool until I got educated. Now, I'm going to do the exact same deal, but I want to make sure I win this contract. So where he actually needs, the $100 for each one, maybe I go $95 for each one, and I multiply that by, what did I say, 2,000, I believe, or no, I say 200. 95 times 200. So I look like I lost $1,000 out of the deal, but I just wanted to secure the deal. Y'all already know these low ticket deals, I don't really pay attention to them to break the bank on. Instead, I use it to build relationships and get my points so I can get my status. Now, it looks like I lost $1,000 on this deal, but no, I did not. First of all, I'm going to get points. Okay, hopefully I can get more than a point per dollar, but let's say I did get a point per dollar. That's 19,000 points that's going to come into here. Now, mind you, again, I'm down $1,000, but I just got 19,000 points that came into my ecosystem. Now, I realize that, Travis, you spend at least $8,000 minimum a year on vacation, from airplanes, hotels, car rentals, and food, right? 8,000 minimum is when you travel. That's what you spend. Well, all of a sudden, now that I get all of these points accumulated, I'm going to save myself $8,000. So again, it looks like I lost $1,000 on this deal, but I realize my points is going to gain me $8,000 in my lifestyle of luxury that I would spend. Because all of a sudden now with this same credit card, I get $200 in this thing called airline credit. So everybody can fly somewhere for $200, right? The other thing that I started to get, if I come down here to my offers, I can really start to look at like my cell phone. What would it be under? You could type the actual businesses in, but one of these cell phone companies, they offer you money off your cell phone bill, right? So now you got the Marriott, right? They're giving you 40% back on your $100 that you spend. The Hilton is giving you $1,000 for $200 or more. Lowe's, let's say you're into building, construction and things of that nature, you're going to be getting extra points on that. Microsoft, if you're selling Microsoft products to the government and you go to purchase the Microsoft products utilizing your credit card, not only are you going to get the points, but you're also going to get $175 back per $1,000 that you spent. All right. All of this stuff just starts to add up that you can see, wait a minute, I can get some exclusive deals through this credit card where I make my money up on the back end, not the front end. All of a sudden, you'll see By me taking off $500, $1,000 to secure the contract, I'm actually going to make more money on the back end because I utilize my credit card. I'm going to build a relationship with a person that has way more money than $20,000 for that one deal. They got way more opportunity. So I get to get my foot in the door and I get to build that relationship for that $2 million deal, that $4 million deal that I'm going to be going after with that customer. I get to do that. And guys, I get to get upgraded in a lot of things. Like you'll realize the Hyatt, the Hilton, the Marriott, all of that stuff. Now that you got these credit cards, you actually get a higher status. Even on the airplanes, this could work. But another beauty about the Amex card is I can actually come to my points and I can transfer these points to something else. Like they got a lot of other companies that I can actually, that they partner with, that I can transfer my points to. Now, all of a sudden, if Marriott is something that's been taking a lot of my money, I can just transfer all the points to the Marriott and immediately jump up to that status. So now I can use my Marriott credit card. Hear me out. I can use my Marriott credit card to swipe for the Marriott deal so I can get the max points through Marriott and I can raise my luxury status through Marriott. But when it comes to actual paying for it, I'm going to use my points that I won of all these government contracting products and small deals that I'm doing. I'm going to transfer these points over to the Marriott so I can pay for the Marriott utilizing the points and never using my own money, but I get to max out of becoming a luxury Marriott person. That's how these credit cards operate. Now, the kicker to all of this, guys, is the minute that this credit card is due, don't you pay the minimum. You pay it all off. I mean, every single dollar that you spend. I mean, we spend a lot of money every month on our credit cards. You pay it all off. I personally would advise you to pay the credit card off before the due date. And if you really look in there, I would advise you to pay the credit card off before they report it to the credit industry. Now, all of a sudden, you pay the credit card off before they report it to the credit industry, you ain't showing no debt. That's the key to it. Now, again, with Amex, they don't really have a credit limit. You'll find out as you guys start purchasing. But each one of these, the gold and the platinum card, got different perks with your offers down here. This is why we got both of them. And I'm also thinking about setting up a bank account through Amex because they giving like 70,000 points. If I'm correct, if I come back over here. Yeah, they're giving, if I set up this business checking account, they're giving 70,000 points. That's a flight right there that I could take. And I ain't just taking a flight to go have fun. I would take the flight to go get more business. So just by setting up your bank account with the same place of your credit card, you get all of those points. Remember too, the key is do not mix personal and business. That's my personal. Here's the business. And as y'all can see, I do all of my business stuff. Uber Eats, Safeway, all that good business. I mean, personal stuff gets done on the gold card because I'm still getting points and I can actually transfer these points back and forth between the two cards. So you see, we got 400,000 points on my personal and I got 400,000 points on my other one. You're just transferring these points, guys. So this is the Amex card. I'm trying to tell y'all all of them are set up like that. The other beauty about these cards too is that to make sure that you stay up to date on all of your stuff, you can just go look at your credit scores. See, we don't have to guess about anything anymore. The stuff is actually right here. It works for you. You just got to remember, pay people their stuff back. You pay people the money back, you get a high credit score too. So just imagine if we're no longer using credit cards to have fun on, but we're just handling business. Now, all of a sudden, when I go look at these contracts out there that want $100,000 worth of products, it's a no-brainer. Like, go sell that product. And now you understand, if you do your math correctly and you work out your numbers, how you can play around with lowest price, technically acceptable opportunities. See, a lot of people can't win those type of deals because they're using their own money. Guys, if I was to go take $50,000 out of my bank account, buy the products for the government, resell the products to the government, they give me back $70,000, just throwing numbers out there. I make $20,000 off the deal. Guess what happened that whole time right there? My money didn't make no money. So instead, what I do, and this is very simple, what all of you guys can do, you can make sure your money is sitting in a savings account, a high yield savings account, giving you 5% returns on your money. Now, all of a sudden, money is making 5%. Every 30 days, it's sitting in, well, it's not making 5% every 30 days, but it's making a percentage that's higher than the savings account that at the end of the year, to total out to 5%. And this is just for people who don't know how to invest. You could just store it over there. So now, while the $50,000 is sitting right there, I instead use the credit card that's not going to charge me any interest, especially if you got 0% APR, but it won't charge me any interest as long as I pay it back. That's usually in about 30 days or so. So now, while my money is sitting over here earning interest in the high yield savings account, I take this money, I buy the products for the government. The government could possibly pay me my money back before the due date of my credit card, which is even better. I never had to touch my $50,000. It could just keep going to work the whole entire time. But worst case scenario, I got to pull the $50,000 out and then I pay the credit card off. But in the meantime, we were still generating some type of revenue while that money was sitting in that account. If I take my savings account money and just buy the stuff, I'm gone. The money is gone. I can't do anything. It's not generating me no revenue. So I got this motto by understanding the United States economy. Now, I'm not here to argue with people. I know when they created the banking system, it was backed by gold. Whether it's still like that today or not, I don't know, nor do I care. I don't know why people spend so much energy and so much time worrying about things they can't control. I didn't create the system. They could care less what I think. But what I'm telling you is when they created it, they said, hold on, we going to protect our own money and we'll back transactions by this. That's all I'm doing with my money. I'm protecting my money by putting it in a place that it could go to work, that money could earn money no matter what happens. It will sit there and just keep working. But I back my transaction. So what do I mean by that? I'm not going to go process no $500,000 transaction and pray that, the government pays me in time or X, Y, and Z pays me in time to pay the $500,000 back. And I ain't got the $500,000. Instead, I'll stop being greedy and I'll go down to $200,000, right? Because I can back the $200,000 that if for some reason I did not get paid on time, instead of that credit card company hitting me for 20% interest, that hard money loan hitting you for 15% interest, whatever that loan is, instead of them hitting you with that interest fee, you can just pay it off right now. And now all of a sudden you get your points, you get your credit going up, everything just starts working, and it starts working very, very well. So once again, this is how you guys can utilize your credit cards. I highly advise you guys to utilize your credit cards. If you want to get an Amex card, all right, you can actually visit travisknows.com. Come right here to travisknows.com. Once you get to travisknows.com, make sure that you join our community completely for free while you're there. But scroll on down here to the bottom and go to grab your Amex card. And you guys can grab your Amex card today. Oh, man, I got to update my Amex card. So I'll update that link for you guys because there's usually a special. All my people with Amex cards, whether you know it or not, you can actually get your referral link, offer it to people where they're actually going to get deals as far as getting extra points by using your referral link. And you too are going to get points by referring people to this stuff. And that's the way that the whole universe is operating right now. Affiliate links to everything. So by all means, of course, hopefully I get the link up there in time that you're watching this video and you want to get your Amex card. But if not, go ahead, get the Amex card. Tell me all about it. Man, I see we got some crazy stuff right there. Let me come back here and see if I can grab the link right now. Remove card, request, auto pay, manage bank accounts, privacy. No. Where is, maybe they don't have the affiliate link up here no more. Oh, there we go. All right. So here you go. When you refer people, look, you can earn 25,000 points by referring people up to 100,000 points. Your friend can earn 150,000 points if they spend this money, $20,000 in eligible purchases. And you guys may be saying $20,000 is a lot of money. I'm telling you it's not if you're purchasing all of your business stuff on there. You'll realize you actually spend $20,000 in no time. And now when I start talking about all your business stuff, I'm talking about the gas that you do, the food that you eat while you out there networking, the hotels that you should be going to because we got to travel, all of your marketing expenses, running ads. Absolutely, you should be running ads on your credit card. Matter of fact, I'm glad I said that. With all of your favorite gurus that are out there with the fresh clothes on, traveling all across the world, making it look like they're, got millions of dollars sitting. I'm telling you how they're doing it. This is exactly how they are doing it. When you run ads, you honestly should never run ads to where, it's $1 in and at minimum I get $1 back. Hopefully you get $3 back, $10 back or something of that nature. But imagine if I'm running ads and I'm getting $5 back. Well, if I put $1,000 out there and I get $5 back for every dollar that I put in, it would be a no-brainer. I should stop spending $1,000 in ads and I should spend $100,000 in ads every month too. But guess what? The $100,000 is going on a credit card. So now all of a sudden the ad spend. Okay, yes, I'm spending $100,000 on a credit card, but I'm getting the money back for the stuff that I'm selling to pay off the credit card, and my perks just keep rising. Because if you're spending $100,000 every month in ads, I mean, you're accumulating crazy points, and your profile is just going to keep rising. The luxury, all of a sudden, they're going to start inviting you to special events. And trust me, they got some really, really good special events too. That's another thing that I mentioned, special events. You guys can come right down here and look at the events that only Amex card holders can attend in this location. So if you go to one of these events, they'll have a section for just the Amex people who book through here. Well, guess what? Again, these are the people that you should be building relationships with. How else did they get here in this section? They had to spend money. You can't get to the section being broke. You got to spend the money. Then all of a sudden you're here. So if they spending money and you got solutions for people who spend money, chances are you can go over there and find yourself a really, really nice deal by attending these events. They also got book and travel and all these other stuff here that you could take advantage of too. There's so many perks with all of these credit cards that you can find opportunities that, hey, when I look at this government contracting opportunity or any type of deals, if I start to factor this stuff in, I probably can figure out how I could bring my pricing in just a tad bit lower, or I could really see my profit potential when I look at the overall picture. Do not purchase anything without using a credit card anymore going forward. I hope y'all understand me when I say that. You should tear up every debit card that you got. Do not use a debit card in today's time. The Main reason we don't want to use a debit card is because that takes people directly to your money. If somebody was to hack your debit card or steal your debit card number, they're going straight to your bank account. It's going to be really, really hard for you to fight to get your money back. But if you utilize Amex card, that's why, look, I had a funny story. I took my mom out to Miami. She doesn't do credit cards and stuff, right? She's nervous about, people hacking and stealing her credit card information. So she doesn't buy things on the internet because she's scared of this stuff. Guys, this ain't my money. Like, you think I really care about somebody hacking my Amex credit card? Like, so even right now, people send me messages, you shouldn't be opening your profile and stuff up like this on the internet. I don't care if you hack Amex credit card. This is their money. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come right back here and I'm going to go to wherever the fraud feature is and just let Amex know, hey, man, somebody stole your money. They got a whole section right here. The freeze card, replace card. Like I could just call and let them know, hey, somebody stole your money. You should do something about it. I don't know who stole it, but I seen it through the transactions and I didn't do that. So can you credit my profile back with that money that just got stolen? And can you go figure out how to go get your money back? That's why we're using this credit card. It ain't our money. We're going to protect our money. And one of the main ways of protecting it, first of all, we're going to get our money out of them bank accounts. We do not put our money in checking accounts and savings accounts by banks. They don't work for you. There's so many other platforms, which I'll probably talk about that next week. Something like the Betterment, right? I can come right here to the Betterment. This is very simple. You don't have to worry about learning how to do anything, but you can come right here, put your money in a high yield savings account. And again, this is just going to go to work for you and get you 5% APY, even if you don't know how to do any investing. Another one that I love to use, and this one, matter of fact, you can raise your 5% by inviting people. So that's why I'm going to actually do this live next week so I can make sure I put the links right here because I'm trying to raise my 5% to 5.5%. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, you can raise that. Another one that I really like to use is this app called M1, and that's because I do a lot of my trading here too. So it has a high yield savings account. Plus, it allows me to do trading. So same thing. I got the money sitting right here, 5%. That's what it's doing, this thing. And then in the meantime, I can take all of my other investments and I got my Roth IRA. I got all of my IRAs. I do all of my own investing in some of these. This is the one that I play around on. But now I can actually transfer the money over here, play around and do a whole bunch of other things. But it's no purpose of sitting your money in a bank account. It's pointless. So I want to protect my money and put it in places that it can go to work. And that's why I'm using that credit card. So the money can go to work. I can spend other people's money on that credit card and then I'll pay them back if I need to before recouping the payment from a customer. The customer should be paying off the credit card, just FYI. That's how I operate. So those are some hacks that hopefully you guys can take away with utilizing a credit card. Again, this is the reason why I'm telling you, spend everything on a credit card. Yes, I'm talking business, but you should have a personal credit card for your personal life too. And you need to spend everything on that credit card, but you must, I repeat, you must pay the money back, guys. Do not go down this broke people crying, complaining. Don't listen to these fools out there on the internet talking about you could just spend credit card money, file bankruptcy and all. Like, guys, we're not about to play these games. That's what scammers do. That's what people who are trying to get over in a system do. We don't have time to try to get over. We want to do things legit. And guess what? When you do things legit, there's loopholes like I'm showing you with this whole credit card thing that you can benefit in so many major ways. And you don't have to worry about looking over your shoulder or struggling to sleep at night, whether they're going to come knock on your door and take you down. We do things the right way around here. All right. So once again, drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if you guys picked up anything that I put down today. Also, don't forget, I highly advise you guys to join our community. You can go to travisknows.com, join our community completely for free. Let others know about what we're doing over here. We are live Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. On Tuesdays, we talk business, just like we did today. On Wednesdays is 100% government contracting. And on Thursdays, we talk about systems and tools. Preferably, we're on SB Money Flow for right now for quite a while to show you exactly how these tools can change your lives. Make sure that you are showing up here for us each and every week, and we will continue to show up for many of you all too. Let's see what we got in here. If there were any questions while I was going through this stuff. Many of Amex Platinum use premium events. Yes, I'm telling you, the event. Look, one of the events that I really like, the Wimbledon, the tennis and golf, right? You show up to those events utilizing like the Amex, lounges and stuff that they got for you guys. I'm telling you, man, you put yourself in a whole nother space that is just like all of your money is sitting right there. Literally, it's all sitting right there at those events. So I'm a firm believer of showing up at those private events. Oh, I like this one too. I also give employees Amex Platinum cards. Now, the reason I like this one, I learned this from my mentor. And if you're at work right now for somebody, and matter of fact, let me ask you guys, how many of you guys have ever attended a Christmas party for your company and one that you work for? Put a 1 in the chat if you have ever attended a holiday party, because it's not just always Christmas all the time. Have you ever been to a holiday party for your company that they had giveaways and raffles, or maybe they gave away TVs, or maybe they gave away trips, luxury trips all across the world? Well, guys, they gave all of their employees credit card. Well, not all of their employees. They gave their executive employees credit cards. So when the executive employees travel, they use the credit cards for the hotel, for their food, for their car, for everything. They give the administrative assistant a credit card so she could purchase all the papers, all the ink and toner. They could pay for the cell phone. They could pay all of the business expenses using all these business credit cards. Well, they get all of their employees so excited for the holiday party. I used to be like this too. When I was working too, I couldn't wait for the holiday party because they give away TVs, really big TVs, and you also get an opportunity at some money sometimes, and you also get an opportunity at taking an all expense paid vacation. Well, it wasn't until I started running a business to find out, well, wait a minute. They're utilizing their points. Like, that all expense paid vacation was their points. That TV that they gave, that 85-inch TV that everybody got so excited, it was the points. That cash back, or that money that they gave you in a check, that $500 that they gave you, a raffled out $1,000, that was the cash back system from the points. They never came out of their pocket. And now that I'm talking about the cash back from the points, guess what the other kicker of the cash back is? The reason why I really, really like this too. When you take cash back from your credit cards, from your points, guess what never, ever, ever has to get recorded? This thing called taxes. So if you run it up and you got $20,000 in cash back, you pull that $20,000 out, you don't have to pay taxes on that $20,000, just FYI. That's how the point systems operate. So again, this is why I'm highly advising you guys to use the credit cards. Everybody else is doing it around you. The question is, why ain't you? I used to call them and ask if they can sponsor our events. Yep. That too. And that's another thing too, guys. Remember, you guys can utilize these points or understand that companies have these points, but maybe, you can talk them into different type of sponsorships as well, utilizing their points. You just got to educate people sometimes. They may not even know that they got all of these points sitting right there to be utilized to expand their own selves, right? So these are just all things that pop in the back of your mind. I'm hoping that all of you guys got valuable information out of this and why you should be utilizing those credit cards to help excel your business, and all of the amazing things that you guys can do to it. But I cannot harp on this enough. I started this thing off by saying, hey, I don't understand the credit industry. I don't quite get it. I don't know why you paying all these credit repair people and all of this stuff. Because if you can't be responsible paying people their money back, you shouldn't do anything that I just told you to do. Everything that I told you about using your credit card to purchase everything, I'm expecting you to pay for you to pay the people the money back. I'm not asking you to play no games, no scamming. If you do this, this is going to harm you. It's going to put you into situations that is going to be pretty damn hard to recover from. Now you're going to start taking your last dollars and giving it to a credit guru because you're trying to scam your way out of a mistake that you made. All you had to do is pay the people their money back, and or not spend that credit card money on things you knew that you couldn't figure out how to get the money back on. Unless you got that 0% APR for 12 months. To me, that's your loan money to try to figure this thing out called life. I'll roll the dice on somebody giving me money for 12 months. But again, I ain't spending it on no vacations or nothing. I'm spending it on some software, some coaching, something that I can generate returns on when I get that 0% APR. And I still tell today, anytime I get something in the mail that say 0% APR, I want it because I know what to do with that money. Even, check this out. Even if you didn't know what to do with the money right now, you could take the money out and do 0%, not 0%. You could do the 5% APY in a high yield savings account. At least you're getting 5% return on the money. They didn't ask you for the money back for 12 months. You get the return on the money sitting in that account, and then boom, just like that, you getting that ROI on the money. You pay them their money back at the end of the year. And again, you may be saying, well, Travis, how do I get the money? Well, hopefully you got some business things set up. Maybe you could process a transaction, because I don't know if they'll still give you 0% APR if you take a cash advance. If you could take a cash advance or your credit card and they still do 0% APR, you get that money and put it over there in that high yield savings account, earn that 5% return, and then pay them people their money back. And then you do it all over again. Guys, one of the biggest things that I learned about business, and this completely changed my life, and hopefully it'll change y'all's too. We're not in the business, like if you want to be a millionaire, like you guys say, you're not in the business of doing whatever your niche is. So let me give you an example. It took me a few years to realize, Travis, you're not in the business of IT. You're not in the business of help desk. Like, that's what you know how to do. That's what you got a skill set in, but that's not your business. Your business is moving money. And once I realized that every elite business owner, every millionaire that's in business, if you really sit down with the business owner, you realize they're not doing none of the IT stuff. They're not doing any of what the business was built on. Instead, they're in the business of moving the money. How? They go out, they get the deals to move the money. The money gets moved through payroll, right? It gets moved through there. It gets moved through your perks, your 401ks, your insurance plans, your life insurance plans. The money gets moved through invoices, right? The money gets moved through you buying products and reselling them. So now all of a sudden, anytime I got access to money, All I'm focusing on, how can I move it? Because that's what we're really in the business of. If you really want to be a millionaire. And if any millionaire tells me they're not in the business of moving money, they probably won't be a millionaire for too long. Because here's what's going to happen. When you generate $1 million, you're going to pay a tax bill of $300,000 and it's going to kick in. Well, wait a minute. I don't want to keep paying a tax bill of $300,000. How do I avoid this? Well, now you got to step into the business of moving money. And you'll realize, I got options to move the money. I can move it by hiring more employees, which is going to make me more than $1 million next go around. But I had to get rid of this money in employees and take that risk of hiring extra staff that can now, instead of getting me $1 million next year, I get $2 million. But when tax time came, I got rid of the money in employees so it could flip. Or you could do what everybody tells you to do. Get real estate. Because you're going to have all of this money. So now all of a sudden, either I pay the money back to Uncle Sam or I learn how to move the money in tax shelters that I could build my portfolio up. I could build my family wealth up that we can live off of. If you live off of loans, you have unlocked Pandora's box. When you live off other people's money, you unlock Pandora's box. This is why I'm trying to teach you guys how to live off other people's money using credit cards. But all of a sudden, when we start moving money and getting into that business, we will have $500,000, $1 million properties that all of a sudden we go take loans out on. And then we live off of that because the properties that we move the money into, instead of paying the taxes on, it's cash flowing us through tenants to pay for this refinance bill that I'm about to get, because I'm going to pull the money out of there so I can live off of that money, and I'll have my tenants pay the bill back while I use this money to live off of because I don't have to pay taxes on loans. Oh, man, I may have just told y'all noogie right there, man. I don't want to go too deep into this thing. I could take y'all down Gilligan's Island and just blow y'all mind. The key of everything that I'm trying to teach you guys today is to make more money faster. When you make more money faster, it will open up everything else. But you can't do the stuff that I'm talking about just making $50,000. You can't do it just being okay making 6 figures a year. I need you to become millionaires. Each and every one of you all, I need you to become millionaires, because what I'm talking about, you really won't understand it until you got that type of money. It'll all start to make sense. And I'm trying to fast track you to that by utilizing the credit cards and protecting your money. Protecting your money, not in the bank account, but in a place that it can earn money. So now your money's going to work while you're going to work to learn how to make more money. When you compile it all together, you become a millionaire in no time. When you make the millions of dollars, we will get into learning how to move money. You may have to pay that tax bill that first year, but I'll be damned if the brain is going to allow you to do it for 2 years in a row. Then you'll start to open up Pandora's box and you'll be in the business of moving money. That's all I got for you guys today. Once again, I hope that y'all got tons of value out of today. Don't forget, we will be back here tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern going over government contracting. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out. I know y'all know somebody that needs some help about this credit cards. Probably when you send this out, people are going to be a little upset because I told them, I don't want to hear you crying about your credit problems. You put yourself in your own credit mistakes. You were the reason why you got your own low credit score, unless your parents used your credit back in the day. But for the most part, it was you. You're the reason behind this. So chances are you share this out with that broke person that got credit issues. They don't want to hear what I got to say. And I honestly don't want to talk with them and don't want to help them either. That's not who I'm trying to help out. I'm trying to help out the business owner and the entrepreneur that understands that there's an opportunity out here for each and every one of us to excel. I don't care the color of your skin, the race, the sex. I don't care. None of that stuff. There is an opportunity, definitely in America. I don't know about other countries, but I know opportunity is right here in America if you just focus for a second. Leave the excuses at the door. Stop complaining. Stop pointing fingers and blaming other people. Look yourself in the mirror and finally sit down and take accountability for your own actions. The minute that you take accountability for your own actions, we can go back and fix the mistakes that you created. But you got to understand that you created them and nobody else. But the same way that you created the mistakes, the same way that you created the low credit score, the same way that you created over leveraging your money, buying all of this stuff, you got the same power to fix it right now at this moment. And it can be done. It may be a little tough because of what you've done previously, but I promise I've never come across a situation that can't be fixed. And the way that we're going to fix it is to generate money faster. I don't need you to pray about it. I don't need you to go to church about it. God ain't do this to you. I don't need you to talk about no politician. A politician ain't never came in and fixed nobody's household. I just need you to sit down for a second, and I need you to commit to generating yourself more money faster. And you will realize money can solve a lot of problems. It's the broke person that say money can't solve. You know, broke people always say money can't solve problems. Money ain't everything. I ain't never heard a rich person say money ain't everything. You may hear these fools on Instagram and YouTube after they make a couple dollars, they try to convince you guys money ain't everything. But honestly, when I go back and look at the stuff, right, they needed the money to buy all this they had. You can't say money ain't everything when you got all the money all of a sudden. That's kind of crazy to me. Money is a very important factor of this thing called life because we live in America. America is a capitalistic country. So I don't know how the heck you could be in a capitalistic country and then you could say, you know, capitalizing ain't the mission. The mission is we gonna capitalize. And then once you get that money, you can do whatever you want with it. Go save your neighborhood. Go be a captain, save a hoe. I don't care what you do when you get the money. That's your choice. That's between you and the man upstairs of what you do when you get your money. But I know you need more money and you need it faster. Each and every person that's watching me live. So let's commit to it and start to change our life. I love you all. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Have a blessed night.